Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Good morning, farmers. Harvesting the pea field today, or this morning anyways. Waiting for that dude over there to finish cultivating that field. I think he might be doing... Okay. He's gone. He's gone. We just hired a guy to workers hired to sow this field of canola. Thank you. And now we want to do the same thing for this field right here. So that'll leave us with this field and the big field to get seeded. So that's why we're starting right away in this field here. One, get money, obviously, and then two, get a worker to plow it, worker to cultivate it, and a worker to seed it. Probably today they'll basically plow it, and we'll hire someone to cultivate it. I don't think they'll finish it today. It is a decent sized field, but if they do, they do. They don't, they don't. It's no problem. We're not in that big of a rush to get anything done. 6 more days is my goal to get all the fields all set for the winter. But what we're going to do today is, as you see here, harvest this field, which should take us most of the morning, if not all the morning. And there's a couple jobs that we could do. One of them is a transport job. It's in the middle of flipping nowhere, so I'm not sure I'm really too interested in doing that. I may do the fix the building job, house inspection. I think it's going to be one of those 300 euros, 600 social point kind of deals. And then we need to probably finish up, well, not finish up, but at least work more on the fertilizations around the fields around the farm and get that done. Then what that will leave us to do, probably tomorrow, is start seeding the big field, which should probably take all day. I mean, I could just seed like half of it and then do some fertilization down here, and then the next day seed some more. But that'll be tomorrow. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do it just yet, so I'm going to just try to focus on today, which is harvest this field and then do fertilization in the afternoon and see what we get done. Oh, and do the house inspection. I think we'll just do the house inspection. Just get a little bit more cash, a little bit more social points. It's not much, but every little bit, will help us maybe get to our goal by the end of the season. We'll really know how we are doing for our goal by the end of the season by this field right here. How are we doing on the tank? Okay. 30% harvested. So times that by 321. Just doing some quick math in my head. So yeah, I think money wise, if we can get up to 695, I think that's what we're looking at roughly. But we'll find out this morning how far it gets us. P does have a good price. I think it's what, 891? 891 per 1,000. So that'll leave us somewhere around 55 grand short of what our goal was set for. And I don't know if we got enough in the pantry to make up for that. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. Didn't talk to the wife this morning or nothing like that. Just got up, checked the field, saw this was ready for harvest, and just teleported right to the harvester and got to work. Only because I want to get it harvested and get a worker in this field. But man, this combine needs a wash. Needs a paint job too, but I mean, usually I don't mind that yellow. Just on this harvester, I don't like the yellow. But that's my opinion. Might be a lot of people out there like this color on the combine. Like I said, I don't mind it. It's not in the combine. So there's that worker over there. He's seeding that small field. That worker's finally on that field, seeding that field as well. So not worried at all about having all the fields done by the 20th of September. It should not be an issue at all. Really, what's today, the 14th? Yeah. I mean, probably by the 17th or 18th we should be all done. And probably for you that might be the last video of this season. I'll probably just do all the jobs off cam, because it'll just be me running into buildings, looking at the house for a second, or teleporting around like a maniac doing transport jobs. When it gets to be September, you really don't get plowing and cultivating jobs at all. But the one thing we're going to have to do, and it's going to take a while, even though our artificial fertilizer can cover a lot of fields with one tank, the traveling back and forth from the farm to here and back to the farm to refill, it's going to take a while. I know someone in the discussion forum wrote down that they're upset that you can't hire workers to fertilize the fields. In a way, if you could hire a worker to spread liquid manure, that would be great. Because obviously we don't make enough to cover all of our fields. Alright, pipe out. Hopefully I can remember the right buttons to hit. I played a lot of FF's Farming Simulator 17. No, I don't want to. Oh, because my tractor's down here. That's the harvester. So I got used to those buttons again, so I may hit wrong buttons all day long like I normally do, though. I tend to do that a lot anyways. Now we're leaving the plow and cultivator down here because when next spring comes and it comes time for the big spring cleaning, it's because we're going to do the big field first, more than likely. And I expect a lot of next season in the springtime when we do the big field. We'll be hiring a lot of workers to do other stuff. Oh yeah. See, I was waiting for, like, why is that not filling up? I'm like, oh yeah, that's the wrong game. I actually gotta activate it. Yeah, so like next spring, when we harvest all the fields, I'm going to probably hire a lot of workers to plow and cultivate while we do the big field. How many fields? I forgot how many fields we own. 20, yeah, 29. Okay. I know there's probably some people out there. I'm like, well, I own all the fields. It's like, yeah. Need a lot of workers for that. I guess there is a field that a lot of people are having a problem with, that when you can hire a worker for it, but when they work in the field, they're getting stuck on a telephone pole. So I don't think I don't have that field, obviously, because I haven't had that issue, or I'm just lucky. So while I'm harvesting this, let's see, this video is going to go out on Friday. So yesterday, I started a new game, a new series called My Time in Portia. It's kind of like, well, a lot of people kind of compared to Stardew Valley, which I did play a couple years ago. Having a lot of fun playing the game. If you're into like gathering and building stuff and having quests to do, check it out. Please check out the first video. because, well, yeah, there's only one video of it now, but the second episode should be going out this afternoon at the time that my second video usually goes out now. I'm trying to find more of a schedule that works for the channel. I was having, when I do post 2 videos a day, they were like 3 hours apart. Now I'm trying to go 5 hours apart. I think it's more convenient for most people. But yeah, it's an interesting little game. I'm trying to learn how to record a game like that, because when you're out gathering a whole bunch of stuff for a while, it's not that fun to sit there and watch someone like chop a tree for wood for, you know, for 2 or 3 minutes, and then go build something and have to go find more trees to chop down for more wood or whatever. And I'm playing that game at not really looking at other YouTube videos or how to. I'm just going in blindfolded and trying to learn by myself how to do things. So it's been kind of fun. So I'm what are we at here? So we're a little bit past halfway. So yeah, we're not going to get 2 trailers out of here, which would have been great. Yeah, I'm thinking that we're going to get like maybe a trailer and a third. I'm thinking somewhere around 21,000 grains we're going to get. That's why I'm thinking we're going to get somewhere around 20 grand. But we will find out in due time. As I'm also talking about my channel, hopefully you're also enjoying the Pacific Northwest series I started a couple weeks ago at this point. I'm starting to really enjoy playing that because I'm at the point now to where that farm has a pretty good foothold, and we're starting to get more equipment for the farm, and now we can start working on our own fields, animals. You know, in the beginning in Farming Simulator, you do a lot of contract work just try to get your money up, get more fields, get better equipment. And finally at the stage in the Pacific Northwest to, buy bigger stuff. We got fields. The video that went out yesterday was rather a long one. I think it was a 1-hour video. And that was doing straw bales from our fields. Got a lot more straw bales than I thought, so. And the good news is I finally found a decent mod I've been looking for, but you have to wait and see what that is in a future episode. Yeah, Farmer's Dynasty is probably not going to start, you know, I'm going to slowly cut back on the Farmer's Dynasty series just a little bit. Until the new update comes out. And then we'll have to see what the update's all about. I've been kind of giving you guys warnings about that a little bit, about Farmer's Dynasty. Only because there isn't much left to do at this point in this series. I have thought about restarting a new game maybe when the new updates come out. So you can see me start over from scratch. But then part of me groaned a little bit when I realized I'm going to get stuck with the Jack Bear and the small spaded plow. But we'll see. We'll see what the new update is whenever that comes out. Which has got me somewhat... I don't know what to think of at this point, because they just mentioned that they're working on the big update, and really haven't heard too much from them at all. You know, at least say, you know, they can at least say they're making some kind of progress. when the game even went back on for sale. So basically, the last update was late April. I think it was late April when the helper system came out. Is that right? Well, whenever the last patch came out. Actually, I can probably tell. Can I tell? Yes, on the bottom left-hand corner, you can see it says version 0.98, which was released April 29th. So that was the last update. And then they went rather silent. And when that patch came out, the game was not available for purchase. They were still fighting the DMCA battle. And then what was it, like early June, that was settled, and they pretty much said, oh, the game's available on Steam. They're working on the next update, big update, and that's the last we really kind of heard from them. So, and here we are. So it's been about a month since they've really said anything. Just a hi maybe on the discussion. Devs, if you're watching, just a hello on the discussion forum will make a lot of people happy. Just let you know that you're out there, and I know you want to give an ETA on when the update's coming, but we just like some kind of a word that you're working on it. And hopefully it's going well for you, whatever it is you're updating. I know most of it's performance enhancements and better things, but I'm, you know, a lot of us are open for just a little bit. I mean, like to fix the building jobs. I know I've said this many times. I like to see that so we can get to actually do that again. Going in and staring at a building and just, I mean, that's just quick money and easy social points. I actually want to get back to actually, you know, using my hammer and and buy materials to upgrade things. Yep, I'm ranting about the updates again. I wouldn't call it much as a rant, just wishing that we'd have some kind of information. It was not. It was nice when the game first came on. They had a roadmap. I mean, I wasn't one to actually hold them right to those dates that they had for the roadmap. They pretty much kept up to it, and they released some stuff that was on the roadmap, like, oh, okay, so like the fishing, that's, you know, but the other thing that was on the roadmap, that got pushed back for a while, and most of us were like, oh, we're fine with that, you know, at least you're keeping us updated on what's going on. But really for the past 2.5 months, it's been like maybe 2 posts from the devs, and that's it. And that was just basically the post was pretty much them saying, hey, you can buy our game again. We need to know what's going on with the updates. Now, the only thing I did think of is when they were fighting that lawsuit, some people were saying they can pre-buy the game on Amazon, and the release date was August. Now, the next update is supposed to be for the full release. So, are they holding on the update until August? Is August what they're shooting for? Don't know, but that's another month away, so that's why I think, back to my original point, when we get done with the spring cleaning next season, if the update hasn't come, the episodes, like I said, I may cut back to just like 3 a week, instead of trying to push one out every day. And I also said next season, we'll probably cut back on the field work that we do on our own fields. We'll probably hire a lot of workers to do our field work. When there is jobs available, like plowing and cultivating, it's like, the heck with our fields. We're going to go earn money by doing other people's fields and get some social points. Because it is cheaper to hire workers to do your own field, rather than you do it and not get the jobs that are available. I mean, most fields, like if you go plow a field, they're gonna pay you $800-900 for, you know, like a just over a hectare size field. So why wouldn't you go do that job for 800-900 euros and get the social points and hire someone to plow your field the same size for half that price? Now I'm sure when the update comes out, they back to the update. They said they know the job prices are, the hired workers are too cheap. So that may change when the update comes, but we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait for that point. But if it doesn't come, we're hiring workers to work in our field while we go work in other people's fields. And then, when we do hit that 1,000,000 social points and I get my achievement, we'll just buy every field that there is. Because then at that point I could care less. One, we have the money to do so already. But if you buy every field, you can't do jobs to get social points. Alright. Enough me jabbing about all that stuff. At least in that time. Did I, I was like, what the heck's that doing over there? But during that time jabbering, at least we got to fill the combine harvester. So let's go top off the trailer. And then we'll go sell this. When we come back, we can empty the combine harvester and we should be able to do the rest of the field. No problem. Need to keep an eye on the trailer so we don't overfill it. Come on, let me out. Thank you. Alright, let's go get some cash. So it looks like that guy over there is done seeding that field. And when that guy gets done there, we'll just be about done with the workers other than the field that we're in. All the other fields we have to do ourselves via seeding or fertilizing. Hey David, what's up? How we doing on time? It's almost noon, so it did take us all morning to harvest that field and then some. The old harvester. That was the first thing I got. Well, I don't want to say got rid of, but the first new piece of equipment that I got was a new harvester. That's what I went with first. Yep, I got the new harvester before I got a new tractor. Because financially, it's better to do so that way. I don't know if anyone else has done a test between the old and new harvester, but as you know, the new harvester collects grain better than the old harvester. When I did a test on a field, it was a 10% difference, which is quite a lot. Well, while that's unloading, I'm going to have a couple sips of my drink. Yep, still hot as heck where I live, in the northeast of the U.S. Oh, we're getting actually a decent amount there. Okay. Yep, my brain's locking up. I was waiting, like, it should tell us how much we got for that trailer. Nope, that's FS that does that, not Farmer's Dynasty. That's what you get when you keep switching back and forth from games of that are similar. You're like, okay, how come it's not doing that? Like, oh yeah, wrong game. I used to do that before I started making videos. The game I used to play a lot a couple years ago when it came out, most of you probably know, is Ark. I played a lot of hours in that. I think I got like 900 hours in Ark. And when Dark and Light came out, which is made by the same developers pretty much, you would think they'd make the key bindings the same, and they weren't. So I was switching back from Dark and Light to Ark, and oh man, that was a hassle. But I stopped playing Ark a while ago. I got back into Farming Simulator back last fall. Then of course when December came, I got this game right here, and I played a lot of this game as, well, you probably know because I started putting videos out in March. Yeah, I think it was March when I started making videos on this. And pretty much been putting out a video just about every day. I think I've skipped maybe a total of like 5 or 6 days. And I don't know why I put the pipe back in. Actually, you know what? I don't, yeah, you know what? The heck with you. I think we can top this off here. I don't think we're going to get another 5,000 grains out of this. So what do we end up with? 91? I think we're going to get over what I said we were going to get over. I thought we were going to get to around 695. But seeing that, I already forgot what the total were at. 91. 691, and we got 7,000 grains already. It's going to be very close to the 1.7 million mark. And like I said, well, he's all done. So like I said, you know, we're pretty much done hiring workers for the year. So we shouldn't have to pay workers at all. I'm just trying to think of our spending expenses that we got coming up, and we should have none, other than I may have to buy canola seed. Even though we had 5,000 before we started planting the fields, I hired mostly workers to plant our fields. We have ripped right through that canola, and I think I may have enough to do that field there. And yes, I am stupid. I said we're done hiring workers. No, we're not. We got this field right here. Yeah, I got this field right here. I got to hire basically 3 workers. And a field this size, 2.5 hectares. Let's see. It's probably going to cost us, oh, I don't know how much they're going to charge us. Like $700 maybe to plow it and cultivate it. So that's 14 and seed it. So they may charge us $2,500. That seems kind of high. Well, we'll find out here together shortly. Alright, turn off the header, raise the header. And I'll probably even leave the combine down here out in the elements all winter. Since there really isn't a winter, you just kind of skip through it. But let's empty this sucker up. We'll park it over with all the other stuff right there. I really don't feel like disassembling everything and try to stick into a barn because, yeah. And there we go. I don't know who writes these lines, but when you're hungry and you're walking down the street, you don't look at tree bark and go, that looks tasty, do you? I realize I got to write something up there to try to tell you that you look hungry, and what around here can, you know. To me, with all these people around here, someone out here must be barbecuing around noon. Yeah, it's almost noon. It is noon. Alright, since we're in the field, so how much? Oh wow, it's only $300 to plow. I was thinking like $700, so it's going to be $600 to plow and cultivate, and another $600 to seed it. Which to me is a bargain because basically a seed drill, because I wrote down the price, it costs us $580 for a tank of seed for the seed drill, which can seed 2 hectares. This is 2.5 hectares, so that basically covers our cost for the seed, and that frees up our time and whatnot. But we need someone to plow the field. I was ready to say someone can work in this field still, right? Yep. Yeah, so it's going to be $1,200, and there he is right there. $1,200 to get this field back up to being planted. I mean, that's really cheap. That I can live with, no problem. I mean, that's like doing 4 fixed house inspections at the cheap price of $300. In a couple days, you know, how long does that take you? Like, for each one takes you like a minute. So it's, yeah, hire workers, man. When it comes to seeding, right now, I would say hire workers. If you got a lot of work to do, hire a worker to seed it. It's almost, you just about break even if you did it yourself or hired a worker. Allows you to go do other stuff. How many grains we end up with here? 8,700. So we're gonna get somewhere around $7 grand. Actually, we're gonna get actually close to $8 grand. Yeah, well, that's where William lives, and if you've been watching the series long enough at this point, you know me and William have had some issues. Even though in the beginning you hook him up with is it Lydia or Linda or whatever her name is? Shy Lydia. Where she says, oh, William just lives down the street. My aching ass, he just lives down the street. So there is our 695 I was hoping to reach. We reached that no problem. Wow. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's see. We are done. All of our fields are harvested, but since, like I said, we're going to start with a big field in the spring, I have nothing in storage, so I really have no use for this trailer. I really should eat something. Oh yeah, okay, I should. So yeah, let's bring the trailer back down to this field. Leave it by the harvester. And we'll take our tractor back to the farm. I'll wash it, refuel it, and I'll see you when when I go do a health inspection. So you know me, I'll see you in a second. Alright, Charlotte. Pay us for $300.
Care to talk?
Good evening, friend.
Is there something I can help you with?
A building on my farm needs some care. What do you think?
I already came here, so give it to me.
Sounds good. I'll take care of this.
Alright, the main structure looks good. Good foundation, good solid doors. No plumbing to worry about. There's no lights for electrical, so I think everything passes inspection. The rails are a little, could be done. I'd love to buy that from you and put some more cows into it so I can get some more slurry.
Thank you. Here's something for you.
Now, when I was checking the map, this morning I only had 2 jobs, but I think I may have checked it too quick, because now I have 2 more jobs. But they're all transport jobs, and right now I kind of want to hop back on our tractor because it is getting to be almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And around the farm we have artificially fertilized all of our fields except for these 4. So I kind of want to get these 4 artificially fertilized today. Just so I know that I'm done with these set of fields artificially fertilized, and then I've got to do some liquid spraying. And then, like I said, I hate that. Then tomorrow, we'll probably start seeding this field. What I may do is just come down, like I said, we'll maybe seed some of it, and then in the afternoon, maybe what I'll do is spray some liquid slurry up here with what we got left. I don't think I'll have enough for all the fields anyways. But let's start fertilizing these 4 fields here. Now this is a decent sized field, so it may take more than usual. But artificial fertilizer is not that big of a deal because I can always just go buy more. So I'm going to get cracking on this, and I'll bring it back shortly. Well, the first tank actually got the first 3 fields done completely. And when I mean completely, I don't mean 100%. I mean, they're all in the upper 90 percentile. But as I finished that field just to the left over there, I had 11 fertilizers left. Kilograms. Alright, it's kilograms. Yep. So I went and refilled it, obviously, so we can do our last field down by the farm. And just another step closer to being all set. Probably have to buy some fertilizer though. We have to do the fields down at the other corner, and I think the big field will take 2 trailers or 2 loads at least, and I don't have enough to do those fields down there, but we'll buy it at some point. It's not that expensive. It's, you know, it's pretty much $1 per kilogram. So it's not that expensive at all. And it's well worth the spread in your fields because even if it costs me $1,000 to fertilize this field, which it's not, you get that much more in return. Now I know when I first got the game, I did not use the old fertilizer spreader because 1, it was small, and 2, I was like, I don't want to spend money on fertilizer. I was trying to save up, and then after doing some tests when I got the fertilizer, I'm like, oh, that's why you really need to fertilize. It does pay off a lot more than what you think. Alright, I'm going to cover all these little sections here, along with this big corner piece here that I didn't get. Now I did see something interesting today before I started recording on Farming Simulator 19, which made me think of this game when I saw it, but I guess FS19 is going to have wildlife in it. Kind of like Farmers Dynasty does. I guess they're going to have birds in the game that will follow your seeder when you seed. Now I never seen that really around here, but I know it does happen. Because obviously birds want the seed, and well, I mostly see around here when farmers spread cow manure on the fields. The turkeys will come out and go after that stuff. Not the fertilizer, but they're after the insects inside the fertilizer. But I never seen birds follow a seed drill because they want to see that it's planting in the ground. Alright, so we got, so we'll go back. We'll empty the fertilizer, because I don't know if I'm going to be doing it for a couple days or not. We'll have to wait until we get the big field done. That's going to take a couple days to do. So let's go empty this. We'll park this up on the hill in our parking spot. And when I just went by a little while ago, the wife was cooking. She seems to cook a lot, but yet I don't see the pantry filling back up. So I don't know if that's a bug or, like I said, maybe I got too much in the pantry. And I've checked, I got the ingredients needed to make the tier 3 stuff. At least I think I do. Alright, empty the fertilizer. So you can see we just got 2,400 left. Not going to be enough to do the fields down there. But all the fields up here are artificially fertilized. So the only thing I got left to do is spray like 5 fields. And we don't really have that much to do 5 fields, but that's all good. That means we're using what we have. We had the max slurry that we could have had when we started. Both trailers were full, and the storage was what, 96% full when we started. So looking at the map, where are we here? So this field, so this field I started to liquid slurry, and you can see it got up to 137%. So that feels like almost half done. So I gotta spray that field. This field would be good. And probably get to this field, and I think we're going to be short to do these two. This is our field here, but I leave that as grass just in case a patch comes out to where we can cut grass. This field way down here is ours, but I don't care about spraying that with anything. And obviously I gotta, how many fields we gotta fertilize? We gotta, let's see, 1, obviously number 2. 3, 4, 5. That's done. That's done. It's that one. That one. So 6 fields I got to artificially fertilize. So yeah, we're gonna have to buy some fertilizer at some point, which is, like I said, not a big deal. But guys, that is going to do it for today's episode. So we got to harvest some peas. Oh yeah, we're almost at 1.7. I mean, I could go do those transport jobs right now and probably kick it over. But, whoa, hello. There goes 30 bucks. Because still no rain in the forecast. It's like rained 1 day in the last 3 months. But if we look at the map, again, actually there's one transport job here. But one here, they're kind of all spread out. And, I'm just not in the mood to teleport that much to get. I'll probably get a total of $1,000 and a 2,000 social points. But you know, it's 6 o'clock in the evening. This farmer's had enough for today. But we will, since we're here, we when we left last episode, I think she was standing there waving just like that.
Honey?
Yeah, we see each other well, I see you every morning. You're still in bed when I get up.
Nice to see you, love. How are you?
So at this point in the season, obviously, well, she didn't get pregnant again, which, you know, I really don't care too much about it. It would just make it more interesting for some videos to have like a kid running around. Good to see you. Missed me. Well, I just talked to you like 10 seconds ago.
You look so
So compliment
good.
her. I'm not going to tell her I'm off to work or if she needs anything. Anything like that. Yeah, she better. I mean, look at our money and social points, and we're married. No, that's the wrong button. Yep, still got the heart. That's good news. So, yeah. Maybe one of these days we'll get to paint these benches. So like I said, that's going to do it for today's episode, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Like always, I appreciate you watching. So the next episode, we'll probably be doing some seeding of the big field in the morning, and maybe spread some slurry around the fields up here in the afternoon. We'll slurry until our tanks are completely empty. Basically, we got a tank and a half, which, you know, is not that much really. And then what we'll have to do is the last day of the season, we'll have to bring whatever tanks over, and we'll have to empty our storage on the last day, because when every winter your storage should get completely full during the winter. So when April 1st comes, it should have 50,000 in there. So you want to make sure you empty all you can out of there before the end of the season. But we'll cover how to do the end of the season. Probably not that many more episodes. I'm thinking maybe like 2 or 3 more episodes, and we'll be at the end of the season. So yeah, like I said, that's going to do it, guys. So I'll see you in the next one. But until then, have a good one.